Hey there, welcome to today's video where we're diving into a fascinating topic, 4 places she wants you to touch and the psychology behind it. It's amazing how touch plays a significant role in communication and connection. But the truth is, physical touch is more than just a way to show affection. It's tied to a range of emotions, instincts, and psychological factors. In this video, we're going to explore these 4 areas, why they matter, and how understanding them can enhance your relationships. Before we start, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. Now let's get started with this intriguing topic. We often think of touch as a simple physical act, something we do every day without much thought. But the reality is, touch is one of the most powerful forms of communication. Whether we realize it or not, it can convey emotions, establish trust, and even influence the way we feel about others. In fact, studies have shown that touch can trigger the release of oxytocin, a hormone known as the bonding hormone. Oxytocin promotes feelings of trust, love, and emotional connection. So when we talk about the places she wants you to touch, it's not just about the physical act itself, it's about how those touches can create deeper emotional connections and intimacy. Let's start with one of the most universally known forms of touch: holding hands. The hand is an incredibly intimate and accessible part of the body. It's a place that, when touched, can signal many things: affection, reassurance, connection, or even a sense of safety. There's something about holding hands that has the power to calm anxiety and create a sense of comfort. Psychologically, holding hands releases oxytocin, the same hormone we mentioned earlier. This is why you may feel a sense of calm or happiness when you hold the hand of someone you care about. It's almost like a silent affirmation that you're both in this together. Whether it's a gentle squeeze or just your fingers brushing against hers, this simple gesture can mean a lot. It speaks volumes without saying a word. It's a form of non-verbal communication that expresses connection, understanding, and trust. Now, let's move to a place that's often overlooked but incredibly powerful when it comes to creating emotional intimacy: her back. The back is a part of the body that's not often touched unless it's in a context of comfort or affection. So when you gently place your hand on her back, it's not just a simple touch. It carries a sense of support, care, and tenderness. The back is also a place where we often carry a lot of stress or tension. A gentle, reassuring touch on the back can be incredibly soothing and help her feel more relaxed and cared for. It's like saying, "I'm here for you," without uttering a single word. This kind of touch can foster a sense of safety and emotional closeness. It's a non-invasive but deeply nurturing gesture that helps build trust and emotional intimacy. So the next time you see her feeling tense or stressed, try placing your hand on her back in a comforting way. You might be surprised at how much it can make a difference. Moving on to the next place, her hair. Touching someone's hair is a deeply intimate act. It's not just about the physical sensation of touching, it's about the vulnerability and trust involved. The hair is a part of the body that's closely tied to identity and self-expression. When you gently touch or play with her hair, it can evoke feelings of closeness and affection. Psychologically, hair is often seen as a symbol of beauty and self-worth. So when you touch her hair, it can make her feel admired and cherished. It's a way of showing appreciation for who she is, not just in a physical sense, but also in an emotional one. There's also a certain level of comfort that comes with the act of gently brushing through someone's hair. It's a nurturing touch, a way of saying, "I care about you." Whether you're running your fingers through her hair or softly stroking it, this kind of touch is incredibly intimate and can strengthen the emotional bond between you both. Lastly, let's talk about the face, one of the most expressive and delicate parts of the body. The face is where so much emotion is conveyed, and a gentle touch here can carry immense meaning. When you touch her face, whether it's a soft caress along her cheek or brushing her hair away from her face, it communicates a deep sense of affection and care. The face is also closely linked to the emotions we feel. A gentle touch can help her feel seen, appreciated, and emotionally connected to you. Psychologically, the face is an area where we are often most sensitive. So when you touch her face, it shows a level of tenderness and respect that speaks directly to her emotional state. This touch can be incredibly intimate, and it can communicate a deep level of affection without needing words. It's also a great way to reassure her when she might be feeling uncertain or vulnerable. The face is a place where emotional support can be delivered with just a simple gesture, making it one of the most powerful areas to touch when you want to deepen your connection. Now that we've gone through the 4 places she wants you to touch, it's important to understand why these specific touches matter. The reason these areas are so significant is that they are tied to emotional and psychological needs. The hand speaks of connection, the back offers comfort, the hair is a symbol of admiration, and the face conveys deep affection and care. When you understand the psychology behind these touches, you can use them to create stronger emotional bonds. It's not about just touching her body, it's about touching her heart, her emotions, and her psychological needs. These gestures show that you are attuned to her feelings and that you care about her on a deeper level. When we experience touch, especially with someone we care about, our brains release oxytocin, sometimes referred to as the love hormone. Oxytocin is vital because it helps us bond with others, increases trust, and can even reduce stress. This is why a simple touch can make us feel more connected and secure. But here's the interesting part. Different areas of our bodies react differently to touch. For instance, the skin on our hands is incredibly sensitive. That's why holding hands can trigger intense feelings of closeness. Understanding how touch affects our emotions helps us better communicate with each other and connect on a deeper level. Now that we've touched on why touch is so important, let's explore the 4 areas where physical touch can create emotional connection. Hands are fascinating, aren't they? We use them to create, to touch, to communicate. But when it comes to intimate relationships, the hand is one of the most significant areas for physical connection. Why? Because it's universally recognized as a symbol of affection and reassurance. When we're nervous or uncertain, we often seek out someone's hand. Think about how many times you've seen a couple walk hand in hand, especially in public. It's not just a practical gesture, it's an emotional signal. The simple act of holding hands signals comfort, protection, and a desire for closeness. Psychologically, holding hands can alleviate anxiety. It's not just the act of holding a hand, it's what it represents. It's saying, I'm here for you, and you're not alone in this. In moments of tension or stress, holding hands releases oxytocin and calms the nervous system. It's an act of grounding, of coming together when the world outside feels chaotic. Think about the power of a reassuring hand squeeze. It's not about how tight you hold her hand, it's about the meaning behind that squeeze. When done thoughtfully, a gentle hand squeeze communicates love and understanding. Now let's move to a place that's often overlooked: her back. You might not think of the back as a particularly romantic or intimate place, but in fact, it holds profound psychological significance in relationships. The back, especially the lower and middle back, is a place where we often store stress and emotional tension. Think of how often we give a loved one a comforting back rub or a gentle pat on the back when they're feeling overwhelmed. The act of touching someone's back provides not only physical comfort but emotional support. It's a non-verbal way of saying, I'm here for you, without the need for words. There's also something deeply intimate about the back, because it's a vulnerable area of the body. You can't see your own back without a mirror, so when someone else touches it, it creates a feeling of trust and safety. It's one of the reasons why a reassuring touch on the back can be so powerful. It's a gesture that says, "I care about you, and I've got your back," literally. Psychologically, back touches can also indicate a level of security in the relationship. It's not just a fleeting gesture, it's a tender touch that speaks volumes. It's also great for moments when she's dealing with stress or anxiety. A light, comforting touch on the back can ease emotional tension and foster feelings of emotional safety and comfort. Think about how often we see people playing with their hair when they're nervous or trying to appear attractive. Hair is symbolic of beauty, self-expression, and even vulnerability. By gently running your fingers through her hair or softly touching her scalp, you're sending a message that you care about her in a way that goes beyond surface-level attraction. And let's not forget, hair care often requires a great deal of intimacy. Whether you're braiding it, adjusting it, or even simply moving a stray lock from her face, these actions speak to the care and attention you're willing to give. In fact, studies have shown that couples who engage in physical acts like grooming or hair care often have stronger emotional bonds. The act of touching someone's hair is about showing admiration, tenderness, and trust. Finally, we arrive at one of the most vulnerable and expressive areas of the body, her face. The face is where we show our truest emotions. Happiness, fear, joy, sorrow. When you touch her face, you're making a deep emotional connection. Imagine how it feels when someone gently caresses your cheek or brushes hair from your face. It feels intimate, doesn't it? That's because the face is an area that holds a lot of emotional weight. A soft touch on the face communicates love, adoration, and deep affection. Psychologically, the face is where we are most vulnerable. The eyes, the mouth, the skin, all are highly sensitive and are closely tied to how we feel. When you touch her face, you're acknowledging the emotional state she's in, whether it's joy, sadness, or something in between. It's an act that says, "I see you, I understand you, and I care about how you feel." There's also something about the face that conveys a sense of respect and admiration. Touching her face in a tender way shows that you honor her as a person, not just as a partner. It's a sign of emotional depth and a connection that goes beyond physical attraction. Touching these four places, the hand, back, hair, and face, isn't just about making her feel good physically. It's about creating emotional security and deepening the connection between the two of you. These touches are a language of their own. They speak volumes without uttering a single word. Understanding these small yet powerful gestures can transform the way you communicate. It's not about grand, sweeping acts of romance. It's about the subtle, tender moments that build trust, affection, and intimacy. Now that we've explored the psychology behind these four places, I hope you have a better understanding of how important touch can be in a relationship. It's not just about physical attraction or affection. It's about building emotional bonds, creating a sense of security, and showing deep care for the other person. Remember, physical touch is a powerful tool in relationships, but it must always be used with respect and understanding. The key to making these touches meaningful is to be present in the moment, to be aware of her needs, and to respond with care and consideration. So the next time you find yourself in a moment of closeness, remember these four areas: her hand, her back, her hair, and her face. Each of these places offers a unique way to deepen your emotional connection and show your affection in a way that words alone can't convey. Understanding the psychology behind touch can help you build stronger, more meaningful relationships. It's not just about the act itself, it's about the emotions and intentions behind it. So go ahead and experiment with these touches and see how they affect your connection with the people you care about. Thanks for watching. I hope you found today's video insightful and informative. If you did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on psychology and relationships. And as always, feel free to leave any questions or thoughts in the comments below.